Chatham Anglers taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. For the second time this season, the A's have dropped 3 straight games, but looking to move back to 500. Jake Eisenberg back on the Anglers Extra pregame show, and joined, as always, by the skipper, John Schiffner, for our 18th manager show of the season.
There we go. Got to roll here. We need some wins. Got to get some wins going here.
The off day yesterday maybe couldn't have come at a better time for this team after losing 3 straight. What did you say to them afterwards going into the off day?
Well, I just told them that was a bad performance. We really did not perform well, but ironically, the performance was bad by the pitching, and we actually out-hit the other team, and we didn't make any errors. So it's like, geez, let's put it together, and we might be okay. So you tell them that. You tell them, look, that's unacceptable. Just not a good day. You got to get better. We said a few other things. I mean, I'm not Vince Lombardi. I'm not going to fire and brimstone. I'm going to tell them in reality, these are the things you need to work on. These are the things scouts are looking for. These are the things your college coaches are expecting of you. They want you to come back better. So let's see if that, if that sinks in. If it doesn't, then it's going to be a long summer for us.
Now at 8-9 and looking to get back to 500 this weekend, 4th of July. 4 of the next 5 games are at home. So how important is it to get some consistency going during the homestand?
Well, it's nice to be home. We like this field. The crowd's great. That's a good thing. Hopefully it'll work.
And 4th of July coming up as well, so the crowd's starting to get bigger.
Yeah.
Is there more pressure for the players?
I don't think so. I certainly tell them, I told them there's a difference between squeezing the bat so hard or squeezing the baseball hard that blood comes out of it. You don't want to put that extra pressure on yourself like that. But there is a fine line between having fun with baseball and there still is a sense of urgency to do well and succeed.
Speaking of having fun with baseball, we've talked numerous times this season about the Chatham Anglers family. And today, another member of that family coming back, Dr. Jeff Yoakum, played on the 1982 championship team. What was it like catching up with him? Oh,
it was awesome. I mean, Jeff was I was the assistant in that team, Eddie Lyons, and we won the league championship. Jeff was a solid catcher. He and Vinny Martelli split the duties as catching. Jeff was a team leader. And obviously, he's become a doctor, and just a solid guy, great stories to tell. He was Kevin Seitzer's roommate down here. They played college ball together at Eastern Illinois. But that team had some really good players. Billy Merrifield, Whit Merrifield's dad. Kevin, of course, Paul Kilgus, who we hadn't seen in 30-some-odd years until 2 years ago. He was a pitching coach on one of the Little League World Series teams. It's like, out of Kentucky. So he pitched at Kentucky. John Troutwine pitched at Northwestern, pitched with the Red Sox. Tom Funk pitched with the Astros. He was out of, I think, Southwest Missouri State. We had Gary Canwisher. He was out of Oklahoma State, big righty from New Jersey. I think I'm missing another big legger there someplace. But it was great. We went over the roster because Jeff had the photo, and we knew everybody's name, which was great, because we only had 18 guys in the team. We probably had 11 pitchers and maybe 11 pitchers, 11 hitters, 7 pitchers, 11 hitters, 7 pitchers, some combination like that. And it was great to see Jeff, and glad he's doing so successful. And he texted Seitz just before he got here and told him he was out here. And I've been in touch with Kevin a lot over the years. His son played down here, and just fond memories. As Jeff looked at the field, he goes, "It's hardly changed." He said, "The firehouse looks a little new. There's the press box is a little bigger." He had never seen the concession stand. And it just says the dugouts are a lot bigger. So, it was great to catch up, and I hope you guys get a chance to talk to him. He can tell some good stories.
We'll have him on in the 4th inning of our broadcast today. But turning back to your memories of him, what do you remember specifically about him as a player?
He was a good player. A very good player. Like I said, solid. Great, a very, very good college baseball player. Wasn't a pro prospect, but he didn't care. He just played real hard, and he loved his experience down here, which most guys do. To get the opportunity, even back then in 1982, to get to the Cape Cod League was, you dreamed about getting here.
What can your 2016 team learn from that 1982 team and Yoakum and the rest of his teammates?
Well, I think it'll be kind of interesting to discuss that because that team we struggled. That team, I believe it was on the last day of the season, we finished 4th. Back then there was 8 teams in the league. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, and then you play it off. We played Wareham, who was the first place team, and swept them two straight. And then Hyannis and Katuitt went at it hard, and they ended up going 3 games. So we're sitting back just waiting to play, and these guys were hungry. So we play Hyannis, who ended up winning the series 2 out of 3. Now it's a 5-game series against Hyannis, and we swept them 3 straight. And it was even extra special because of the circumstances of Eddie Lyons. It was his first championship, and unfortunately his last, because there was a little bit of a controversy with Eddie and the Chatham Athletic Association, and Eddie basically said, he was resigning before the season ended. I think the kids rallied behind Eddie, won the championship for him, and all anticipated that Eddie was going to change his mind and come back, and he did not, which was sad for the league. But he eventually came back and coached a few years later with Hyannis and Falmouth as an assistant coach. But yeah, that was special for Ed. It was special for these kids to rally behind Eddie, and I thought it was great to be part of it.
And that 1982 team, perhaps like this 2016 team, may not have been the best team in the league entering those playoffs.
Right. Well, that's what happens down here. Everybody's close. It doesn't take a long time, for the chemistry to build. And this year, now we've got 10 teams in the league, and you tell people there's 10 all-star teams in this league. Mm-hmm. And now it's just a matter of when they get here on June 3rd or whatever it is, they're pretty much the same. And it's just a matter of chemistry. There's not a dramatic difference between the best team and the 8th or the 10th team in this league. It's just a matter of chemistry to get things going. And sometimes you get the chemistry, sometimes you don't.
Well, the Chatham Anglers tonight will look for that chemistry, look to move back to 500 at 99, taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the second time this season. Skipper, thanks always for your time.
My pleasure, Jake. Thank you.
All right, Evan, back up to you.